In this video, we will explain absolutely everything you need to know to travel to Menorca, the quietest, preserved, and authentic island of the Balearics. This is the definitive guide and the most complete video you will watch today about the UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, the place where mayonnaise was invented and where you find the most turquoise waters in all of Europe, often surpassing the Caribbean. We will cover everything from the complicated logistics of driving on an island that has only one main road, how to visit the cave that turns into a club on top of a cliff, and where to buy the famous original Abercus sandals. We will also tell you about how to escape the August crowds and the vital importance of travel insurance. So let us get started. Menorca is the opposite of Ibiza. Here there are no gigantic clubs or high-rise buildings on the sand. It is a rural, silent island full of archaeological sites and virgin beaches called coves. It is a destination for those seeking peace, raw nature, and a slow pace of life. It is the place where the sun rises first in all of Spain. Now let us move on to logistics and planning. What is the best time to visit Menorca? The best time is June and September. The weather is perfect, the water has warmed up, and you can park your car at the beaches without fighting for a spot. In June, the Sant Joan Festival happens in Ciutadella, which is spectacular with horses in the streets but crowds the city. Summer, July, and August is the peak. The island gets full hotel prices double, and access to the most famous beaches like Macarella is closed to private cars requiring you to take a bus. Winter is very windy, and most hotels and restaurants in beach areas close, leaving life only in the main cities. And how many days to stay? Menorca is deceptive in size. Although it looks small on the map, the roads are slow, and the shape of the island forces you to go back and forth to the center all the time. To explore the wild north and the Caribbean south calmly, the ideal is 7 days. The absolute minimum is 5 days. Now let us talk about transportation and how to get around. To arrive, you will land at Menorca Airport MAH near the capital Mahon. To get around, the rule is clear: rent a car. Public transport is limited and does not reach the wild beaches. Road logistics are curious. There is only one main road, the Mi-1, that cuts the island in half from east to west, like a fishbone. There is no coastal road circling the island. To go from one beach to another, you almost always have to go back to the main road and go down another branch. This makes journeys take longer. Parking at virgin beaches is limited. In summer, electronic signs on the main road warn if the beach parking is already full completo. If it is, do not even try to go down. Staying in a good region will define the style of your trip. The first option and the most charming is Ciutadella. It is the old capital on the west side. It has a beautiful medieval historic center, a port full of restaurants, and an incredible sunset. It is the best base for those who want to dine well and walk at night. The second option is Mahon or Mao. It is the current capital on the east side. It has one of the largest natural harbors in the world. It is more urban and practical for those arriving by plane or cruise. The third option is Cala Galdana. It is located in the center of the south coast. It is an urbanized beach with large hotels ideal for families. The advantage is that walking trails to the most beautiful virgin beaches start here, saving car time. The fourth option is Benibeka. It is a fishing village, all white, super photogenic, and silent, in the south of the island. We created this personalized map that explains exactly which is the best region to stay. Staying in Ciutadella or Cala Galdana, you cannot go wrong. We will leave here on the screen QR code and in the video description the link to this exclusive map. We created them on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices and reliable options. We will also leave links to the hotels we have already stayed at and approved. In all destinations, we always recommend one that is very cheap and super well located for those who want to save money, and another that is a little better in the same location, but a little more expensive with more comfort. These are great options tested by us. An important tip to save on accommodation is the advanced strategy. Menorca has a smaller hotel supply than Mallorca and protects its territory greatly against large constructions. This makes spots run out fast. That is why we really like using this site we indicated. In addition to having the lowest prices, it has free cancellation with almost all hotels. You can book as soon as possible to guarantee a much lower price, and if you need to cancel later due to any change of plans, it is super easy and at no cost. And remembering that in this link below, we always organize everything you need to set up your entire trip for the lowest price on a single page. The sites we use to build our trips, and that have everything much cheaper, such as international eSIM cell phone chip, to have GPS on rural roads, travel insurance with discount, which is mandatory in Europe, tickets for Cova and Xoroy, good and cheap hotels we have already stayed at, and the global account to carry euros. Save this page in your favorites. Now let us get to the main attractions with details you cannot miss. Attraction number 1 are Cala Macarella and Macareleta. They are the postcards of Menorca. Neon blue water, white sand, and green pine trees all around. They are neighbors. Macareleta is smaller and clothing optional. In summer, car access is prohibited. You need to take a shuttle bus leaving from Ciutadella, buy the ticket beforehand, or walk about 30 minutes from Cala Galdana along the Camí de Cavals Trail. Attraction number 2 is Cala Turqueta. The name says it all. The water is radioactive turquoise. It is a virgin beach with no bar or bathroom. Parking is public but fills up before 8 in the morning in high season. Bring a parasol and plenty of water. Attraction number 3 is Cova de en Zoroi. It is a unique place in the world, a natural cave carved into the middle of a 100-foot-high cliff over the sea. By day, it is a bar to see the view. In the late afternoon, it is the best sunset on the island with an expensive and disputed ticket, and at night it turns into an exclusive club. It is unmissable. Attraction number 4 is Binibecavel. It is a fishing village built in the 70s to recreate traditional architecture. It is a labyrinth of impeccable white houses, narrow alleys, and absolute silence. It looks like Greece. Respect the silence of the residents when visiting. Attraction number 5 is the Faverix Lighthouse. It is in the north of the island inside the S. Albufera de Grau Natural Park. The landscape here is lunar, with black slate rocks contrasting with the black and white lighthouse. It is an alien and beautiful place totally different from the southern beaches. Attraction number 6 is Monte Toro. It is the highest point on the island. Drive up to the sanctuary at the top for a 360-degree view of Menorca. On clear days, you can see the neighboring island of Mallorca. Attraction number 7 is Ciutadella. Get lost in the historic center, visit the Cathedral of Santa Maria, and go down to the Old Port for dinner. The port is a narrow slit full of small boats and restaurants on the slopes. An important tip that will save you time and money is to buy tickets for Cova de en Zoroi in advance online, especially if you want to go at sunset. On the spot, the line is miles long and often sells out. We will leave in the QR code on the screen and in the description the link to the official site or reliable partner. Now let us move on to gastronomy. In Menorca, you eat divinely. The luxury dish is caldereta de langosta. It is a local lobster stew served with thin slices of bread. The best place to eat it is in the fishing village of Fornells in the north, but prepare your pocket. It costs about $75 to $85 per person. You need to try Mahon cheese. It is a designation of origin cheese with an intense and slightly salty flavor because of the sea breeze that hits the cow's pasture. The official drink is pomada. It is a mixture of gin zorger, the local gin produced on the island, a legacy of the British, with cold lemonade. It is refreshing and dangerous. And of course, mayonnaise. Legend has it that the mayonnaise sauce was born in Mahon and taken to France. Try the local version made with garlic. Quick and in-depth shopping tips. The typical product is the Avarcas menorquinas. They are rustic leather sandals with recycled tire soles. They are indestructible and very stylish. Buy original brands like Ria or Castel. Beware of cheap plastic imitations. Also buy a bottle of gin zorger at the distillery in the port of Mayon to take as a souvenir. What to do at night? Menorca is quiet. The night happens at Cova de en Zoroi for those who want to club. For something more relaxed, the port of Ciutadella and the port of Mahon are full of lively bars and terraces to drink and talk until late. And if you are traveling with kids, Menorca is the best destination in the Balearics for families. The beaches of Son Bu, the longest on the island, and Cala Galdana have perfect infrastructure. Visit Lloc de Menorca, a small zoo where children can interact with native goats and lemurs. Mandatory documentation for international tourists and safety. Safety. The island is extremely safe, almost crime-free. The only risk is the sea. On days of tramontana, strong north wind, avoid the northern beaches and go south. If the wind is south, go north. Always follow the lifeguard flags. Most Western citizens do not need a visa for tourism up to 90 days, but need a valid passport and travel insurance, which is mandatory in Europe Schengen area. Immigration may ask to see your policy. We never travel without it. And in the link in the description, there is the comparator we use. And to combine your trip, Menorca is a short ferry ride from Mallorca. You can combine the two islands easily. The fast ferry takes about an hour and a half and leaves Ciutadella for Alcudia in Mallorca. If you liked this complete and deep guide, like the video and subscribe to our channel to travel more and better around the world. Thank you very much and have a safe trip.